Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Diamond and Below tournament. This round, we will have Platonic Nudes, who won the last, or the opening match, versus Wet Lemons, who is the #1 seed in this tournament. You may recognize them because they do participate in the open tournaments themselves, even though they're a Diamond team. Starting off on this map, we will be getting into Route 66, a little change of pace from Watch Point Gibraltar. And looks like Platonic Nudes is going to be starting on defense.
Yeah. A big thing to note about Platonic Nudes, they lost Anarchy. Looks like Barlow has been there.
Yeah, I was noticing that, the tactical switch.
Apparently, they went to go play D&D, according to the chat. So,
man's got priorities, it seems.
Yeah, D&D more important than dadding. Some good old last-minute team synergy out of Platonic Nudes to try and keep morale up going into their quarterfinals game.
I mean, if you want to talk about team synergy, look at Wet Lemons. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right over here.
Yeah, dude, they at least can count.
Yeah, they must watch Rick and Morty. They have that high IQ.
Yeah, 200 IQ to understand how to count. That way they'll understand man advantage during team fights.
It's like, oh, we lost number 2. We lost number 2.
Nah, but obviously we haven't been able to see Wet Lemons. Sorry, I'm going to say Wet Dreams a lot. I think.
Yeah.
Now, Wet Lemons play. Yeah, we haven't seen Wet Lemons play as they got the bye the first week. Not first week, first round. But Platonic Nudes did show a lot of good synergy between the team members the last round there. I mean, they definitely, Dog can play a decent Zarya and knows how to combo it well. I mean, again, they did lose one of their probably better players in Anarchy, but we haven't been able to see how Barlum plays.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see, he's a support player. But they swapped them out for their DPS. I wonder if one of their other supports manages to play some DPS on the side. Probably pull over.
I don't know. Again, we can't. We have to wait until we get into game to see how they change their lineup now that our Anarchy's gone. Oh, by the way, I'm going along with your Rick and Morty meme. They literally have Morty on their team.
Yeah, that's where I saw it from. Yeah, it's
traveling to Route 66.
Route 66. Really good map. I like this map a lot.
I do too. It has like a nice variation in strats as you go from one point to the other.
It's very middle of the road, no pun intended. Like
on
kind of maps. No real like insane high ground or flank routes. There's no real like hard defensive holds. It's very much no nonsense map. Kind of.
Yeah, no cheesy stuff you can run.
Yeah, it's point A to point B. I know the second phase, street phase by the high side bar can be a bit of a tough hold for the attacking team.
Well, just for the attacking team, the defending team naturally gets high ground coming back from spawn, so it's hard to just be able to deal with that. Unless they can take like the top of a saloon with maybe like a Pharah, a Hanzo, or or what
Genji
else?
maybe, yeah. Genji.
Well, you wouldn't want to be just sitting at Genji up there, but like having a Hanzo, Widow, or Pharah just sitting at the top of there shooting down, then they have high ground. But otherwise, defense has natural high ground.
Yeah, with back. That hold on the bridge kind of thing.
Yeah.
A moment to enjoy some peace.
So
it looks like Barlam's going to be going over to tank for this one. It looks like the Doc is going to be going on the DPS. Let's see if they can kind of fill the shoes that was left behind by Anarchy to go play D&D.
Well, I mean, from what we saw Doc, he wasn't really playing like any like hard tanks. We saw him play Zarya, we saw him play Road, so more like those DPS-y tanks.
Yeah, off tanks that deal a bunch of damage.
Well, otherwise their content is the same. We haven't talked much about Wet Lemons though.
I mean, Wet Lemons, like I said, has played in the open tournaments a good amount of times.
So definitely a lot more experience than pretend. I don't know anything about Platonic Nudes, so I don't know if they played previously either.
What I'm surprised is that Adam, the Lucio main, is not on Lucio. He's on Reinhardt right now.
I think he was joking about that in chat, how Lucio bad, so he's not playing it.
I don't know, maybe. I don't think he plays Zenyatta too much, and I know he doesn't like Mercy for sure.
Yeah, but we actually see a change of fate. Morty, the Pharah, killing the McCree.
That's a
change of counter.
That's a role reversal real quick. Like
that's the grass type beating the fire type right there, ladies and gentlemen. And this is just a convincing push out of Wet Lemons. Just slowly killing off Platonic Nudes one by one. There's a Zenyatta going down.
It looks like the Doc swapped it over to Soldier to have more consistent kind of shots on the Pharah. But Morty's being pocketed a lot more than any other Pharah that we've seen so far.
Well, I think that's a change of style. So Morty's sticking with his team more often, where Anarchy used to go off by themselves and Jabeta tend to.
Yeah.
So if you stay with the main team, the Mercy can pocket you more without like punishing the rest of the team. You do see a decent amount of like pressure game given to the Pharah out of Data Stream, but there's the Shatter.
Yeah, Data Stream left his team behind, and it looks like they're gonna fall apart here without that second tank. I know Winston is the main tank, but he's playing kind of the secondary role right there.
Yeah.
Only one up is Jabeta and Data Stream right now, and they're gonna quickly go down.
Hi man, Data Stream got the Pharah. That's all that matters.
Flashbang in a little bit of a roll, dies inside the bar.
But that is going to be the majority of Platonic Nudes coming in onto the high ground as we talked about, seeing if they. But the Morty has the Pharah, and he's just going to control that choke. It's super hard to get into there without a.
Yeah, even if they all start pushing through.
And they switch out the Ryan too.
Yeah.
So convincing point two from Wet Lemons.
Showing that team coordination that they've had for.
Yeah, and this is just showing that having a team that's been together for a while, plus coordination of versus higher level teams. This is just looking like a very slow, methodical steamroll. So we got Demi sitting back on the payload as they just pushed up this ramp.
Adam not getting his ultimate as fast as we've seen. I mean, he did use it in that fight, but from the Reinhardts we've seen so far, they've been getting them up like every minute or so.
Yeah, and there's the trans
double trans, the trans battle. Now it's just build ultimate off of the infinite healing.
But the thing is, Dog popped his ultimate. There's the grab coming out,
and the rocket barrage. Oh, probably didn't need that earth shatter. Adam with the big BM there.
Yeah, it was all BM, I swear.
Yeah. Actually, he's still BMing.
And this is going to be so much AoE coming into that. There's the attack to keep him from getting back on the point.
With the damage boost. Ooh.
And now it's just up to Platonic Nudes to try and stall this for 4 minutes. And it just needs a fraction of a centimeter to push onto the point. And that is a very convincing round one.
At least the Doc got that last charge out of the way.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Swapping sides. Now let's see how Wet Lemons does on that defensive side and how Tonic Nudes manages to do their attack. We can see that they are struggling without that Anarchy being able to flank around to the big plays that he's been getting off.
Well, that was the thing, is the Anarchy going on the flanks there would just relieve so much pressure, because he'd often get, if he died, 2 for 1, so it made it into a 5v4. If he got the Mercy, 5v, I always forget the math on Mercy, killing Mercy. It's worth 2, so 5v3, question mark?
Yeah, kind of something like that, because...
Mercy's worth 2, I can't do math, I'm an engineering major, it's just something.
Well,
but,
yeah, the Mercy res, you might as well have 7 people in your team at that point.
Yeah. Point is, Mercy's worth a lot, and if you kill her, it's worth a lot.
Yeah, unless she doesn't have a res up, then she's just a normal old Mercy.
Yeah. But, as you said, we're going to see how Wet Lemons does on this defense point. They're not running the Pharah again, running double hit scan instead with Morty on the McCree. But what we're looking out of Platonic Nudes is they don't have something that can really break this. They're actually going for that Bastion kind of like cheese comp where you run the Orisa on it. They're actually just going to go double single target healing on. They're just going to keep this Bastion alive.
Yeah, they're just that Bastion attack.
I'm surprised they don't have a Reinhardt. Like just run Jabeda on like a Reinhardt or something, and just because it seems like they're putting all their eggs into this basket.
Yeah, if they had a Reinhardt, the extra shields along with the Diva defense matrix being able to take some of that pressure off. Sonic Arena, yeah, they know they're up there. They still don't know yet. And there goes the shield.
Bastion! But they're just gonna hide behind that sign. That's why Bastion actually doesn't work that well on this point. And he falls off.
Yeah, it falls off. Yeah, Zarya's gonna be high charged the entirety of this.
And
there goes
Bastion's
the
being
charge.
charged. Yeah. What we saw from Wet Lemons there, just hiding behind the sign, is why Bastion doesn't work the best on this comp against if you're like at least coordinated. I mean, solo queue works, but if you're coordinated, you just hide behind the sign, you peek, and just start poking down the like 800 health Orisa shield.
Yeah, even if like Bastion, if he doesn't have someone standing in front of him, pretty much, like a Reinhardt charge will kill him because it knocks him out of that. That turret form. So
I mean, you can't boop him off of Lucio now.
Yeah, as Reinhardt, if you charge in and then die to the team, your Mercy's still there to res you.
We do see them trying to do it again.
Adam's going for a play.
Misses the shatter.
The punishment for all the BM he threw out there, and charges the wall.
I will say that Platonic Nudes is being kind of creative with their positioning here. They went high ground instead of coming down the center, and now they're trying to go around this ledge instead of just fighting right on point again.
Still
still dies.
That Bastion. Oh, misses the res on the. Oh, sorry, I thought they got the Junkrat there for a second. That was my bad.
Nah, but
Diva is max.
And Soldier has Tac Visor. He's just gonna try to shred anyone he can.
And Demi was just bullying the Bastion, just wall riding around him.
Yeah, that's always some feels bad, man, when you have someone just running around you with as a Bastion, you can't keep up with them.
Yeah, Platonic Nudes might want to swap off the Bastion right now because it's not getting them anywhere.
Yeah, it works well, like, so it works only if you can get the Bastion on the card. Otherwise, it's way too hard to like do something with Bastion because
yeah, especially
and they have double hit scan. We haven't even talked about that. Like,
yeah. Not to mention, if they lose the Bastion and the cart's already right in front of the gas station, there's no way that Bastion's getting back on that cart with the shield. It takes too long to set up, and you just get melted as you push in.
Yeah, and then the point I was trying to make is the double hit scan. You're never gonna get that Bastion anywhere near there.
Yeah, he's just gonna be poked down as he tries to push in, and the double Valkyrie does get popped from both sides. And the doc shows Adam how it's done, and Adam answers right back.
But see, like even the doc got like a good shatter there, but even then they can't follow up on it.
No, they cannot.
These fights are just not coordinated out of Platonic. Like again, we're just seeing
What Lemon's
better
focused
coordination out of Lemon. And meanwhile, Platonic Nudes, they're just all over the place. I mean, you had I think it was Data Stream in the back with Morty, but Morty's just winning that fight, and Data Stream's just running, and they have people on the ridge, and just everyone around the gas station. Oh my god. Adam with a cheeky charge. It's funny because they knew he was there. Oh, that might have been bad if the pulse bomb got sent into this team.
You just want to stop moving if you get stuck with the pulse bomb. Because your teammates are going to be moving away from it.
Darthon actually charging his attack visor pretty fast. All he has is again for this last push, and it's not looking pretty for Platonic Nudes, especially with that sound barrier.
Oh, good shatter coming out from Adam. He does get the 3 people in that fight. Kills the Mercy and demechs the Diva.
Yeah, it's not the Jabeda now, but it's just him and Barlam. There's the grab coming up to keep him from doing shenanigans.
Yeah, Data Stream gets stunned and the Diva gets taken out. The overtime takes down. Wet Lemons takes the first round. Good hold.
Yeah. Good hold from Wet Lemons. I think, again, the lesson of that game is coordination. It does you wonders in Overwatch competitive.
Good on Morty for not shooting that and killing himself.
That would have been a true dad play right there.
I've seen some of that.
I've just seen Ferris miss a grab one time. It's pretty tilting, not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, I have solo ulted a Valkyrie Mercy as fair before. You just
Oh,
lead
that's
the shots.
perfectly understandable.
Yeah, dude, just lead the shots slightly ahead of her, like.
Yeah, because screw Mercy.
Yeah, you don't want her getting those res.
No, just screw her. Like, not even like tactical. You just get her out of my game, please.
Yeah, delete Mercy.
Oh boy, I've had so many conversations with my friends who play Overwatch about like Mercy and just why she shouldn't be in the game. But I do not. So it goes payload to King of the Hill, correct?
Yeah, payload, control, and then finally on assault.
Ooh, I would really like to see Oasis. I love Oasis. It's probably one of my favorite maps.
I like the aesthetic of it.
I like the aesthetic, and I also like the strats you can pull. Because first off, there's not very many cheese kills you can get on it, so that's always a plus for me on King of the Hill maps. So I think like the only like environmental kills you can get are on library up on the high ground, and then I guess you can get the cars on the like city central one.
Yeah.
And then in like the garden one, you can boop it off the edge, but that's really hard to do.
Yeah, no one really goes close to that, just knowing the fact that it's there.
But I like the map design of it. So like you have garden where you have like that center high ground that you can be fighting off of and play around, or you can just be on the ground, and then you have like the side flanks that play around. Library is probably the most boring, but it's still like you have an interesting mix of like high and low ground on that.
Yeah, instead we're going over to Nepal.
Yeah, instead we're going to Nepal, which still fun. I think Nepal is probably like, other than Leech, out of like the basic three, I think Nepal was my second favorite. It's a lot more scrappier of a map though, because as we're seeing here on Shrine, like you got this like really enclosed area with not much cover around it to hide, especially since it's already on high ground. And then you also have the other one. I always forget. God, I'm terrible at control map names. But the one with the hut as the control point. That
For
also
Nepal, that is village.
That's village. Okay, yeah, village. Where again, the point is like a really small room that you just have to fight inside.
Yeah.
So like stuff like Reaper, Diva, Hog, I've seen has been good on this.
Yeah, May's pretty good on that map too. Like,
well,
if
yeah,
you both push high ground. Yeah, wall off the first person. Your Reinhardt charges into them. Some pretty cheesy stuff.
Yeah, easy wins right there. So we're actually seeing none of those characters come out. I mean, we're seeing debate on the Hog. Juicy on the Widow. I don't know how I feel about it on this map. You don't have really good vantages from Widow. I mean, I guess you can get on like one of the huts on the one of the buildings on the left and shoot onto the point.
I mean, you can get on Elephant and look through, look at the kind of spawn, exactly where the teams usually run, that close corner.
Yeah.
From the Elephant, you can look down that line of sight, and it can be unexpected. But versus a Tracer right now? Oh, never mind, Tracer is down already. Juicy does have a little bit of free reign. Sitting way in the back. Let's see if he can get those shots off.
Yeah, he's just sitting back on the point, trying to get something, but so far hasn't gotten a main pick.
It looks like Lemon's going to take the point first.
Yeah, they had the Lucio to push him, get on the point fast, but that's some good kills coming out by Platonic Nudes.
I feel like Juicy needs to be taking those shots on the Pharah and just kind of flying around.
I was actually watching Juicy. The Pharah's not been in his line of sight.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she's been hanging around the left side, and also the pillar is blocking the line of sight. So
Greetings.
very convincing hold.
You might want to go out on the ledge, like on the far.
Well, then you're just an easy boop target by the Pharah.
I mean, if he gets the shot off, ooh, Darthon sticks the Widow.
You're just talking about that Tracer pressure. And again, they res the Widow, but I don't. Again, I just not convinced about Widow on this map.
He might want to just swap off to like Soldier or something, a consistent damage. They don't have a Reinhardt.
Yeah. I mean, now he's trying to get that, whatever it's called, the Pharah, but there's the grab coming out. Rocket Bar's kind of late, and Doc actually not even having to pop shield for that. Oh, wait.
Yeah, he still has the shield. It's at about 800 health right now. Didn't burn through.
And Wet Lemon's just still pushing in. Oh, but there's, who was that? Darthon going down on the Tracer. Decent shadow, but only hits 1.
Yeah, it looks like Platonic Nudes does have the man advantage, but the Pharah is just never mind. Pharah goes down. Trades 1 for 1 on the teams, but
yeah, now it's a 3v4. But a good
yeah, it looks like Leaf is cleaning up the kills.
Yeah, and there's the good healing by Jebaited to prevent the damage. Both Valkyries pop. And
we're already overtime already, and the fight is just breaking down the point. We have the Sound Barrier that's been popped to Valkyrie as well, and the Pharah fighting Jebaited out on the side. Reinhardt doing what he can, charges Demi off the point, but the res coming out is just going to be too good from them.
Wait, how did Boron pull that off?
Who?
He just stuck the Pharah midair.
Jump probably. Yeah, the Pharah's weak arms. Or not Pharah's weak arms, but Tracer's.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, damn, that Pharah's pretty high out there. How did like Tracer's weak arm get that high?
You blink faster, she throws it harder. Like.
But it's just looking like Wet Lemons is holding this. It's so hard to keep track of these fights because just Wet Lemon just slowly kills them off.
Yeah, they don't die, and they just kind of kill them sporadically around the point.
Yeah, they pretty much just like break the team up and then just like deal with the pieces one by one.
Moving into Sanctum. Now talking about Ilios's well map, this map is the well hole.
Yeah, this is always a fun map to watch because there's so much fun mechanics that can come out. Obviously, you have the main well, but fighting on the point, you have consistent, especially if you get a Lucio.
It's fun, haha.
Yeah, it's fun, haha.
To get knocked off the map 12 times.
Yeah, I like playing this game. Nah, but Lucio, especially if they can control the room in the back with a Lucio, it just makes whoever is attacking that point want to hate doing it.
I like the little kind of Roadhog play that goes along here. It's like neither of the Roadhogs wants to get close to the edge first and miss the hook. So I will say, normally Lucio is not going to be good for them, but having a Lucio for control, being able to speed in, you can get that advantage pretty early on. And even Lucio on this map, he can do a lot of work and get a lot of kills. And there goes Leaf off the point, not able to get res.
Oh wow, more
already.
Rocket Punch, holy.
And the teabag. Oh, the BM.
To talk a little bit about the Lucio, if you look at any Lucio stats recently, he's pretty low, except on King of the Hill, which has a tremendous spike. And that's just because the area healing is super good, and the speed, like being able to just zip around the point along with your team, just helps out immensely in these like scrappy fights.
Yeah.
Plus the sound barrier.
Yeah, I feel like Lucio is being dropped a lot more, especially with that change in the ultimates, where if you die in your ultimate, like Zenyatta won't die when he pops his ultimate. It's possible. The moment it happens, he's invulnerable. But Lucio, I don't know, he like jumps, so it's very easy to get that kill.
They actually gets a really good flank. Sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, the flank's coming out really well from them. But Laney is just getting that res off, and they're just gonna be pushing up through this choke point right now.
Understood.
Yeah, it's looking like Platonic Nudes just can't get to this point. I like the Junkrat because on this point, especially when you clump up in this like main area, it's pretty hard to not clump and take damage from the Junkrat, but he just goes down the Tracer after popping Red Power. Gets 2 with it though.
Yeah, Juicy gets a Nice double kill. The trade 2 for 1 might be useful for them. And the high noon actually doesn't get anyone for even how long he held that on for. Adam just jumped off the edge there.
Riptires. Here's Least Riptire trying to find someone. Jumping around, going to find the soldier.
Yeah, it looks like they're just throwing themselves into the pit here. And
it makes sense. Oh, Morty coming out.
Morty gets the double kill, but it doesn't matter because the soldier from a distance lands.
He actually got 3 kills because the concussion grenade apparently knocked off the Lucio.
Incoming play the game.
Yeah, Morty trading his life for 3 kills, and now the rest of Wet Lemons is here to take back the point. 97%. Platonic Nudes has to contest this or they lose.
Yeah, you probably don't want the Mercy to be in that position that she's in now. She's a bit out of her safe zone, and no res from, or no, it does have res, but she does not have the Valkyrie.
The big thing here is the DPS on Wet Lemons aren't getting contested at all on this back line, and they're just free firing onto the point. There's the grab to settle the victory. But yeah, you never want DPS. Like, I was watching both Farah and, Morty and Darthon just playing on the back there, and just free firing. Like, Darthon just shooting onto the point, Morty just firing his rockets, and
yeah, their DPS doesn't even have to go in. They just sit back. It's a 2-0 victory from...
Pretty convincing lead.
Yeah, Wet Lemons.
Win from Wet Lemons.
I mean, the #1 seed, that is. And they will be moving on, going up against Munitions, 4th seed in the tournament.
But again, that's to be expected of a team that has been working together for a couple months now, has played in against like those. I mean, in the regular Open, the teams tend to be either Grandmaster or higher, or at least some of the better teams.
Yeah. So I mean, you might see some Masters on the team, but even then, they won't make it very far. A lot of teams are comprised of top 500s and Grandmasters that have been working together for a good amount of time, and it shows that their coordination is gone through. However, we will be taking a quick break as we set up the next round. Wet Lemons moves on versus Munitions. Hope you stick around to watch the game. This is the semifinals, by the way.
Yeah, see you guys soon.